Oh, hey, it's Annie. At the end of last season, I did some Little Wings races and I absolutely loved it. So much so that I decided this season I am going to create my own Little Wings series in the F3, in the Skippy and in the Indy Pro. However, also in last season, I pushed for my B license so that I can do more VRS races. So I very soon realized I was over ambitious and I was taking on too much. And it showed in my results. Not only was I doing now the Skippy, the F3, the Indy Pro, as well as trying to learn the R8, I also did the LMP2 for the endurance race. And it was too much.
This is too much. This is too much.
I do not have enough time to learn all of these cars. I do not have the skill level, and it showed in my results. 2 weeks ago it started with the Skippy races, where I immediately did a Skippy race after the F3 races. Now the F3 races went absolutely brilliant and I love the F3. However, the Skippy is a different car, different handling, you know the story, and I started messing up. And my iRacing started to take a hit. Not only that, my confidence started shaking and I lost confidence. And I know why. It's all self-inflicted. It's no one's fault. It's my own fault. I was taking on too many cars. So yes, I was over-ambitious. I got too confident, overconfident, and I thought I can handle all of these cars in the little time I have to practice, to prepare, to learn the tracks, to learn the car. And it's just not going to happen. I have to be realistic. If I want to progress, if I want to become better at iRacing and racing for that matter, I have to stop messing about. Stop messing about with all these cars. I would love to be able to drive all these cars. I just have to realize I'm not at the same level as Quick Gabby or La 46 or Jimmy or Dave Camp.
Fast if you want to go by. I'm not going to fight you. I want to keep the car on the track.
You can name all of them. I'm not at that level yet. I cannot jump from car to car. I actually have to put time in to learn the cars, to learn, well, now I've got to start learning about setups, especially in the LMP2 and in the R8. Speaking of the R8 is a total different beast. After speaking to a few of you in Discord and in Twitch, I gathered that the R8 is a bit like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. I'm currently in between. I can't decide. I've now had 2 races in the R8. The first race didn't go too well. I wasn't confident in the car at all. I kept losing the rear of the car. And my braking points, I really struggled with the braking points, especially if there's a car in front of me. I couldn't figure out how to brake the R8 in time to adjust for the car in front of me. So I had to really take some time last week to do some laps, figure out the car, spoke to a few of you with regards to setups. Adjusting the traction control on the R8 gave me a little bit more confidence to get it around the turns and accelerate faster out of the turns as well. So Wednesday's night race didn't go horribly bad, but it didn't go well either. I definitely need a lot more time learning the R8. As some of you might know, when I started iRacing, I said that I really want to race the R8 one day because that's my dream car in real life. And I'm now at that stage where I can do VRS races and IMSA races, and I need to make that jump. So I now started doing the R8, but I need to learn a new car from scratch. And this one is a bit different. It's not the same as the Merc, and it's definitely not the same as the LMP2. So on Friday night, I did my second race after I did more practice on Thursday. Friday night, I was a little bit more confident in the R8 and I managed to turn it a little bit easier into turns. It feels a bit like a tank, to be honest with you. I still need to get used to turning the R8 into corners, but it's a fantastic little car and I think I'm leaning towards loving the Marmite.
Right is clear now. Car left.
Friday night's race went a lot better. I got a top 10, which I'm really chuffed about, and for the first time in 2 weeks I had a positive I rating. Like I mentioned before, my I rating took a dip a bit in the skippy races where I just wasn't confident. I wasn't confident and I didn't practice. Let's be honest, I didn't practice a lot in the skippy because I was focusing on the Indy Pro and on the F3 in the background. So the past 2 weeks has just brought me back to earth a wee little bit again. Although I've been on the service for over a year, in reality I've only been iRacing for 8 or 9 months because in between real life happened and I had to get my gallbladder out. Wee little Mia was ill twice.
Oh, Carlos and Pablo. Carlos and Pablo. Don't like the two of them racing. They're gonna do something.
Other personal things happened as well during the year. So ineffectively, I've only been on the service 8 or 9 months. That's not a long time. I cannot expect myself to be able to race all of these cars with the little time I have. I think you need a lot of time to practice and get to know all of these cars if you want to do that.
Okay, come on.
All these people that have that ability have been iRacing or racing, sim racing for years, not just a few months or a couple of months like I have. So I have to be realistic, and I'm actually glad the past 2 weeks happened because I got overconfident and a wee little bit cheeky, thinking that I can do all of these things well. Now don't get me wrong, I can do all of these things. I can race all of these cars, but I can't race them well. I do not have that skill yet, and I do not have the time to get that skill. I'm being impatient. And that is a Annie trademark. I don't have a lot of patience. If I start something, I want to be able to do it good, and I want to be able to do it well now, not in a year's time or 2 years' time. Now, and it's just not realistic for me. Realistically, I need to practice. I need to learn the cars inside out if I want to do well. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to go into a race and be happy with just keeping the car on the road. Although, saying that, in this case with the R8, I was quite happy with just being able to keep the car on the road because it's such a beast of a car. So, yes, reality check, Annie, you cannot do it yet. And that's a hard pill for me to swallow. I have to accept that I cannot do it all. So it's a rookie days. Here we go again. It was fantastic to go back to those rookie day feelings where you get frustrated with yourself because you can't handle the car, and the only thing that's going to fix that is practice. Practice. I'm going to come back to this again. Practice is important, and focusing on just 1 or 2 cars is important. I saw a clear difference between my Wednesday race and my Friday race. Fortunately, Larry had a day off on Thursday, so I could take the time to go and practice the R8. And just by doing more laps and putting in more practice hours made such a huge difference in my confidence in the car. And as you can see, there's a clear difference between Wednesday and Friday. There's still loads of improvement to be made, don't get me wrong. I've only done 2 races in the R8. I can't expect to get top 5s or a podium in the R8 only after 2 races. That is just not possible, unless of course you Max Verstappen or 6K Pete for that matter. But I can't, definitely not. So I need more practice. I'm going to refocus, reset. I'm going to focus on the skippy, and I'm going to focus on the R8. And I've got to learn to be patient. Although I want to drive and race all of these cars, it's just not going to happen this soon, as soon as I want it to. So I have to be patient and just take it 1 new car per season alongside the skippy. Because let's be honest, I'm never going to drop the skippy. I love it too much.
Fine with the off track. Blimey.
Track limits.
Yeah, I know, Jimmy. I'm trying to keep B10. Damn! Sorry, brute. Did I block him there? Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know if I blocked him. It wasn't intentionally.
If you liked this video and would like to follow my progress, please hit the subscribe button and please hit the like button. Also remember to follow us on Twitch.
Incident in Zandvoort.
Ah!
Yellow flag. Watch out.
See you in the next video. Happy racing.